She and I were on a walk yesterday, and I propped my phone in the stroller and took a couple self-timer pictures. And so I thought I'd show you the edit I did in Lightroom. So I really liked this one where I'm like kissing her cheek. It's super cute. But the perspective is kind of weird. Like this, you can tell this garage door behind me is crooked. And I really don't like the crop, how at the bottom it's like cropped right at my ankle. So we're going to fix all that. Click the share icon in the bottom left, and then you'll open this in Lightroom. I already imported a couple of the others. And so the first thing I'm going to fix is the like straightening and kind of perspective issues. So I click on geometry, and I notice that the vertical perspective is off. My phone was kind of tilted in the stroller. So I'm going to bring this down, and I kind of compare the garage door line to these grid lines in Lightroom, and I want to make it doesn't have to be like all the way straight, but just like correcting it like a little bit, I think will really help. And then I noticed that the horizontal perspective is off too. You kind of just have to play around with it and see which looks better. So this is looking a lot better if I correct the horizontal this way. And then now I'm going to rotate it a tiny bit. That kind of fixed the issues. We don't really need to rotate it, but maybe like a couple. And now we have these like white bars at the background. You can see it looks a lot better. The garage is a lot straighter. So I'm going to go to crop. And I like to just do the 4:5 aspect ratio because that's what Instagram uses. So I'm going to click on that. And you can just drag your fingers to zoom in and out and figure out where you want to crop to. So a little like rule of thumb is I don't really like to crop like at the calf or above the ankle. I think it just kind of shortens your legs and is an awkward crop. I always like to crop like right above the knee. And in this case, there's that little like black thing at the bottom of the garage. So I'm going to crop like just above that. And then I'm also going to use like the rule of thirds. So if you hold your finger down and you're like adjusting it, you'll see there's like 3 columns and 3 rows. It kind of breaks it up into a grid of 9. So there's this like little rule in photography, and like you don't have to stick to it. Obviously, like rules are made to be broken, but I like to sometimes like instead of centering myself, like put myself on one of those little lines. So I'm on the outer third of the image, and it makes it a little more interesting because I'm not like dead center. And then I think the top, there's like a little too much space. So I'm going to crop that down there. I think that looks good. And then if you want to ever like compare to the original, you just hold your finger down and you can see how much those perspective corrections helped. Just makes your picture look a little more professional when the lines are all straight. Now I go to my presets, and I have a bunch of my presets saved. Usually I'll just like click through and see which one I like. I'm going to use this outdoors one, but I want to make a couple corrections, and this is what I always tell people about presets is they're not really a one size fits all. You should be able to edit your presets to match each specific photo because every photo is taken in different lighting. There's different, colors. So I'm going to start with this one, but I'm going to make a few minor corrections. So this picture, when I took it, the lighting is really cool. You can tell like on I hold down to the original, this white wall like almost looks blue. And this preset helped a little bit, but it still kind of looks like bluish green. So I'm going to correct the temperature and make it a little warmer. I tend to like my pictures warmer anyways. So I'm going to make this 13, and then I'm going to take the pinks up a tiny bit. So I think that's a lot warmer. And then if I go to light, I'm going to make it a little more exposed and bring down the whites and the highlights. And then I'm going to go to effects and add a little grain. I think that's a lot better. Straightening helps, and the picture's like warmer, glowier, has that soft, almost filmy look. So then you'll click this to export at the top, export to camera roll. And then a nice thing that you can do is if you took pictures like in similar lighting, if you took a couple of the same shot, you can click these 3 dots at the top and do copy settings. And you want to make sure that these are all checked. So those are copied. And then I'm going to paste them to this picture. And that's already corrected. And then paste it here as well. And then you can always go back in and adjust the crop a little bit. Like, adjust this one too. And then you can export those as well.